I will be aggressive like I always am.
I want to race against the best athletes I can find.
It's just the pressure's going to be colossal for me. My goal is to win.
My sport is Hyrox.
I'm David Megida, and my sport is Hyrox.
My name is Antje Hades, and my sport is Hyrox.
My name is John Wynn, and my sport is Hyrox.
I'm Megan Jacoby, and my sport is Hyrox.
Have you ever caught yourself watching your favourite sport and wondering how everything started? Being a pioneer in developing a brand new sport takes a lot of effort, but loving what you do is what keeps you pushing through. That love and passion was what drove the Hyrox team to take up this new sport and transform it into the most popular fitness race in the world.
Hyrox is unique. There is no competition out there because we consider our sport as a fitness race. So the functional fitness workouts together with the running is something that has not been there before from a competition perspective. So of course there are a lot of workouts everywhere, but we want to make sure that this is not a workout. This is not something that you train once in a while. This is an actual sport that people are competing in.
2018 was the year when everything started. Fast forward to 2023 and Hyrox is now the World Series of Fitness Racing, a competitive indoor fitness race for all fitness levels, consistently attracting athletes to get in touch with a whole new lifestyle.
We talk about people that like to have this active lifestyle, they want to live more healthy, more different, but they also need the motivation. Why do you train every day? And now you have also competition where you can go to, regardless of if you win or not, but everyone sets their own challenge and their own goals. And that is for sure a lifestyle.
Do throughout the week, it's something they want to achieve. It's a Hyrox world. We call it a Hyrox world ourselves.
Hyrox has grown in numbers through the years, and this season more than 40 races will take place in major cities across 12 countries. Athletes take on the challenge that is made up of a 1 kilometre run, followed by one functional workout, repeated 8 times. The first run is followed by 1 kilometre of ski erg, and the following ones by 50 metres of sled push, 50 metres of sled pull, 80 metres of burpee broad jumps, 1 kilometre of rowing, 200 metres of farmer's carry, 100 metres of sandbag lunges, and 75 or 100 times of wall balls respectively.
We're just a few hours away from the biggest race of the year so far.
So it's today the European Championships. We're only a couple of hours from the start, and I came here to win.
It's race day. I'm excited. Can't wait to get out there and face my competition.
Hyrox European Championship is about to start, and I can't wait to race.
That's how hyped elite athletes were before this year's Hyrox Open European Championships in Maastricht. The Hyrox season for elite athletes is structured around 3 races, and this was one of them. Each race is invite only, and to earn an invitation, the athletes must have registered one of the 15 fastest times of the season. If an athlete cannot accept their invitation, it's passed down to the next athlete who's achieved the fastest qualifying time. Becoming elite starts with getting to try Hyrox and turning it into a true passion. How did the elite athletes fall in love with their new obsession?
When I heard about Hyrox for the first time, I thought it was like it could be written my name on it. Mostly I've done, I'm a CrossFit athlete and I've been competing at the highest level for 9 years now. And my best events in CrossFit is the endurance parts and it's the longer events, and that's the kind of events that I've won. So when I saw this Hyrox race, yeah, I was pretty happy about it. But at the same time, it's very different from CrossFit when we try to be prepared for whatever show up. And Hyrox is one race, it's one sport, and you know exactly what will come to the race, and that's why I have a lot of respect for the athletes that actually train specific for Hyrox. So I think that was also the reason I got very surprised about how went it well on my first race.
I heard about Hyrox like 3 years ago on the online world. I'm usually always searching for new sports, new goals, new adventures, new challenges. I come from a trail, triathlon, also some CrossFit background, so I love endurance sports, and if they are mixed with some strength and conditioning, that's perfect. And when I heard about Hyrox, I got really excited.
And I had a couple friends say, you know, I think you should probably look into this. And then as I started doing more specific training and just working with, I work with Rich Ryan, my coach, and then just kind of getting to know people in the field and seeing the type of things they were doing, I kind of realized like, okay, this is something that I could be successful in. I didn't know that it would turn out as well as it did so soon, but I definitely felt confident that this was an area that I could excel in.
So, I've always had a base strength. I didn't like much cardiovascular activity. I didn't do a lot of that when I was young, but what it made me do was I had to train in different modalities. So I needed strength still, I needed to be able to run fast, I needed to be able to run long, I needed to be able to sustain high intensity, I needed to be able to jump, I needed to be able to throw, all these things, so it's a good mix. That's why I really like this sport. It's not one-dimensional. You've got to train multiple different disciplines to be good at this.
A change of approach, yes, that's huge. Watching people discover new limits is inspiring. However, there are some stories that can act not only as a source of inspiration, but as an ultimate life lesson. All Hyrox athletes come from every type of background. Their stories are unique. But Marcus Ellwell's story can make anyone look at life with a different perspective.
August 2020, when I started feeling unwell. But yeah, just carried on, and the stresses of life. I had a retail business at the time. I split up with my ex-partner, and I've got 3 beautiful kids, so just the stresses and strifes of life. But then it just got worse and worse and worse, and I got rushed into hospital, and they scanned me on the 18th of May 21 and found a big tumour on the back of my brain, which was quite a surprise, obviously. And my next question was, okay, great, now we know what's wrong with me, how do we fix me? However, I was told it, I was already doing meditations on it, and I was ready to face anything that life threw at me. I've got 3 beautiful children, and they are the reason that no matter what life is going to throw at me, I'm going to keep moving forward. Somewhere deep down, there's a little voice, keep going, keep pushing. Even on those days where, you do just think, well, it's probably just easier to roll over here and just, let it be what it'll be. I was very fortunate in being unfortunate, if that's how you want to look at it. How I look at it is that life will throw you, you know, lots of challenges. It's supposed to be difficult, it's supposed to be challenging, and it's how you deal with them. So I look to learn from things, and that's, you know, what I've done on this one as well. And I can actually see how far of a journey I've come, you know, to not actually remember your name and be in a wheelchair, to doing Hyrox in the morning, you know, it just goes to show if you get your mind right, you can achieve anything. That, you know, the body, you can move the body, but you've got to get this right. One of the reasons that I chose Hyrox was the challenge. I'm not someone that wants to, you know, I don't know, walk a mile. You know, I do want to walk a mile, but, you know, I want to challenge myself. So again, having been where I'd been last year, how ill I'd been, I wanted to show my children what, you know, that you can be any version you want to be. And I wanted to show people around me that no matter what you got, you know, whether it's a broken leg, whether it's a tumour, whether it's just, you know, bad luck, whatever, you know, change your mindset, get moving and challenge yourself. And I feel like Hyrox is, you know, a huge challenge, both mentally and physically.
That's what Hyrox is all about, changing people's lives and motivating everyone involved. Let's now get back to the Netherlands' Maastricht, where over 3,000 athletes took to the field for the challenge. All eyes were on the elites. 15 women and 15 men would be the point of attention. How would they compete? Which strategy would they use? Competing while having your biggest opponent next to you surely brings strategy to the game.
I will be aggressive like I always am, and I'm comfortable doing that. And I've raced not in Hyrox, but just in running or other competitive sports for so many years that I definitely feel comfortable running my own race the way that I know how, and that's what I'll do regardless. But I think there will be a lot of people who feel the same way, so just being in the front with everyone and kind of seeing how it plays out will be kind of the key for me, I think.
There are small things how to do things more efficiently. And even though lots of the exercises is pretty simple, you could say, but it's still skills. And I think that's where you can gain time also. And that needs just time and work.
Also die Rennerfahrung bei Hyrox ist essentiell. Die ist super, super wichtig. Das zähle ich Gott sei Dank von meinen anderen Hyrox-Rennen, aber auch von den anderen Wettkämpfen, die ich schon in meinem Leben gemacht habe. Ich denke, wir werden heute ein ganz, ganz enges Rennen bei den Männern erleben. Das sieht man schon an den Qualifikationszeiten. Ich denke aber auch, dass es ein bisschen taktisch wird. Die ersten 1,5 Runden werden sehr schnell sein, weil es erstmal ein kurzer Laufsplit ist. Wer mich kennt, der weiß, ich halte mich am Anfang bewusst zurück.
I know that I'm a pretty good runner, so I try to push others to come with me on the runs, so that when I get to do the workouts, they are a bit tired and their heart rate and breathing rate is a bit over what they are supposed to be, so that on the workouts I can not gain advantage, but lose less of my usually disadvantage.
I'm good enough to win. I know I'm that good. It doesn't mean I'm going to win, but it means I'm going to put myself in a position where at the end of the race, I have my shot. I think without question, I'll be racing for a podium position the entire race. And then if you're in a position to be on the podium at the end of the race, then you're in a position to win. So for me, it's run a smart race, don't fall into any of the traps, and maintain contact with the big boys, because in my opinion, there's about 5 or 6 guys who are the real contenders in this race. And I know who they are, they know who I am, and I think it's going to be a good showdown.
I know I pin my ears back from the start. Like, I go hard, I know I can sustain that. To be honest, the strongest stations of me are probably the push and the pull, being a bit bigger. but I know I can hold it in the run. Towards the end is where generally guys can sort of get close to me. So for me, it doesn't change. Like I have to use my strengths, which is at the start, and I put a gap, and then they've got to be able to run me down. For me, it doesn't change. I believe I can win.
In this first head-to-head Open Championship race of the season, the elite athletes fought for €30,000 in prize money. The male athletes were the first to take to the course, and the early contenders quickly established their positions. Formidable competition in the field saw Alexander Ronchevich, Michael Sandbach, Tim Wienisch and Tobias Lautwein create an early pack with the sole USA athlete David Megida and Germany's Florian Gast in close proximity. US athletes indeed competed as well, and that spiced things up.
My goal is to represent my country well, to run the best race that I possibly can, and of course my goal is to win, to beat every European athlete here. I'm the only American, so obviously it's important for me to show them that the American racers are at the same quality or better.
They have a kind of mentality that they're superior, and in a way I kind of like that. I like people who have confidence in themselves. Like I do like that, but they have it to the extreme. It's like, we're American, we should win everything almost by just showing up, which isn't the way it should be. But that's the mentality they all have.
Well, I don't know if everyone is underestimating me. I think some of the top guys I've raced with before, Tobias, Roncevic, and SANDBAG, they know how good I am, but at the same time, I think they looked at my qualifying time and assumed that I'm not fit right now, which is wrong. I'm very fit.
Alexander Ronchevich, one of the most consistent high-level athletes in the sport, executed a decisive late push on Michael Sandbach, who had some special kind of support.
We come here to support Michael Sandbach in the Elite 15, and we're hoping he's going to win it as well, because he's already won world record holder, so we're looking forward to it.
We're all very excited, and hopefully he's going to win. He's very close to winning, so that's my hope, and good luck.
Ultimately, Ronchevich finished the race with a clinical wall ball performance to secure his first major title, having climbed the podium at both the World and European Championships. In the battle for second, Wienisch overtook Sandbach on the wall balls, pushing hard in the final stages to secure second place.
Endlich Gold geworden, vor allem bei einem wichtigen Event, sagen wir es mal so, bei einem großen Event. Ja. Also einige Rennen habe ich ja schon gewonnen, in der Quali und überall auf der ganzen Welt schon, wofür ich sehr dankbar bin. Es ist so sehr das Reisen ermöglicht und wirklich den Sport, das ist ein Wahnsinn. Also ich liebe Hyrox und hat mir in den letzten Jahren sehr viel gegeben. Ja.
Ich glaube eigentlich von Anfang an, nach dem Ski-Erg habe ich mich stark gefühlt und ich wusste auf jeden Fall, dass ich vorne mitlaufen kann. Ich muss immer sagen, in meinem Kopf waren immer noch die Wallboys, habe ich auch eine kleine Historie dazu und dass ich da oftmals schon mal ordentlich verkackt habe mit 5 Minuten. Und darum, sage ich mal, habe ich mich ein ganzes Rennen ein bisschen zurückgehalten und dann nach dem Row immer besser hineingefunden.
Und ja, darum bin ich sehr happy auch mit dem Ergebnis.
The female athletes started 30 minutes after the men's competition, and their race will surely be remembered. Lauren Weeks quickly set the tone for the event, running hard and pushing up the pace in all of her workouts. Michaela Norman came into the race with a world record under her belt and ambitions to attack. She traded blows with Megan Jacoby throughout the race, with Jacoby running an additional lap, which ended her realistic chances of winning. Despite her mistake though, she managed to finish third.
I finished third officially. I did an extra lap after station 3. So heading into burpee broad jumps, and I think I was 7th or 8th coming into burpee broad jumps. We're on the 4th station at that point. And I finished third overall and only maybe 20 to 25 seconds behind second. I think it's pretty clear to say that that might have been where I would have finished had I not done the extra lap, and the laps were long.
Well, I was definitely nervous going into it because I've changed my training leading up into this, so it could go one of 2 ways. I could either get slower or I could get faster. I was crossing my fingers that the change in training would help me get faster, and definitely paid off. I felt good throughout the whole race. Like, my running felt very comfortable. There's definitely places in the stations that I still need to work on. And I definitely still need to work on remembering exactly where I am and where I'm going. It's still a challenge.
Still, all podium finishers not only cashed in Maastricht, but they also directly qualified for the Hyrox Elite 15 World Championships in Manchester on May the 26th. The European Championships ran alongside open access, open individual, pairs and relay races for the rest of the athletes that hit the stage. In all the categories and age groups, all athletes raced for the title of European Hyrox Champion 2023. What's for sure is that the best is yet to come in Hyrox races.
I think I'm going to continue with the type of training that I'm doing. I know going into this race, I wasn't on anybody's radar. I don't think anybody expected me to perform very well, which is an advantage. If people aren't expecting you, they might not. Even if you go out hot, they're probably going to think that you're going to fall back and they don't have to worry about you. But having a good performance will kind of ruin that for further races. So now it's just going to be a battle, and I think you're going to see some really good battles coming up in the next couple races. And I think they'll be close. I don't think you'll see a gap like we had today in any more races for the rest of the season. I would predict probably within 10 wall balls for the next 2 races, you'll see a top 2.
I guess I will just go back to training now, and I will analyze what really happened, and hopefully I will do it even better next time.
I am probably even more motivated than I was before. So I had missed I had done one short of a lap my first race in New York, and I came back to Chicago and I redeemed myself and I broke the record. So I would say that that would be the same goal I will have going into North Americans. Is I like the redemption, and I like the comeback. So that's the goal now, for sure.
Yes, this is indeed the Hyrox world, a still new yet exciting world. New limits can be discovered, new heroes can be unveiled. Who wouldn't want to be a part of it?